And welcome to the Factor Uncensored Off the Clock. And joining us from Richmond, Virginia is Bishop James Dixon. He thought this was a very important issue and he wanted to address this here on the Factor. Overnight, last night, just after 10 o'clock, firefighters and the Houston Police Department found a man's body hanging under the 610 Loop East at near the 5000 block of Kirkpatrick Street there. And of course, one of the lieutenants on the scene from the Houston Police Department says she believes foul play is involved, that this was not a suicide, especially when you think of the circumstances. Someone found hanging under a freeway and then set on fire. It's kind of difficult to do both things and under a freeway. That seems difficult for someone to do as well. Bishop Dixon, your thoughts about this and your concerns?
Well, thank you, Isaiah. Obviously, any citizen should be concerned about this. This is it's a hate crime, no matter who committed it, and the perpetrators sort of acted with malintent. This is a human being, and of course, we don't know the ethnicity, the race, the color, the gender. At this moment, we don't know at least the culture, but we do know it's a human being, and it's very important for us to recognize that we're witnessing more and more of these kind of violent incidents that do exude an air of hatred and animus. And I can't help but think, Isaiah, of how much this resembles lynchings from yesterday. A body hanging from a rope from the 610 overpass and then set on fire. That is what lynching looked like. And we are, think about this, in 2025 in Houston, Texas, getting to see what lynching really did look like. We read about it, we've heard about it, and but to see it, to know that it's happening on the streets of Houston in 2025, every Houstonian should be concerned, and we've got to be concerned about the kind of hate that is continuing to fester in our city and in our nation.
When you think about it, Bishop Dixon, when you shoot someone and kill someone, that's just pulling the trigger and then walking away. But it takes work. It takes, as you would say, hate. It would take passion to string someone up and set them on fire. Now, this is all pending an autopsy by the medical examiner's office. Obviously, they will get to the bottom of the cause of death and how it all happened. We're waiting on the Houston Police Department, and that will take quite some time. We won't get an answer or response anytime soon. But, there's some work that went into this, and they said there was a nearby, and I don't know if this makes a difference or not, there was a nearby homeless encampment as well. When the Houston Fire Department first responded to it, they thought it was a brush fire. And then they had to take a second look and realize this was a human. A human's body remains hanging off under 610 at the 5000 block of Kirkpatrick, set on fire. So, I mean, what would be your advice, your words to the community during something like this? And another thing I want to say, we talked about lynching, we talked about hate crimes, but we don't know the ethnicity of this person as of yet, unless you know something I don't know, Bishop.
No, do not know the ethnicity. And I want to say we do know the person is a member of the human family.
Yeah.
Uh, and what we're talking about is the sacredness of all human life. Whether he was Baptist, Catholic, Protestant, Jew, Gentile, Italian, Japanese, it doesn't matter. This is a human being. However, it does have the imagery, if you will, as much as we know, of what is called lynching. It is a contrived homicide. To your point, you don't accidentally end up hanging off of a bridge. It does not look like one person could have done it. I'm almost certain there were more than one person involved. So it is worth a real investigation and a real conversation in our city.
Absolutely. And once again, a person found hanging and set on fire under the loop 610 loop east in the 5000 block of Kirkpatrick around 10 o'clock last night when the Houston Fire Department responded. HPD, the Houston Police Department, is now investigating, and of course, we're waiting on the medical examiner's office to complete an autopsy and give us a cause of death. As investigators said, this was located near a homeless encampment. I don't know how much that says about what's going on out there, but it raises a lot of concern here in Houston, especially, at a volatile atmosphere and time like this that we're seeing here in this country. So as soon as we get more information, we will get it back to you. And we want to thank you, Bishop Dixon, for joining us from Richmond, Virginia. You thought this was important enough to get on the factor off the clock to talk about it. And we appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you very much, Isaiah, and we'll be watching to see what happens.
All righty. And we want to remind our viewers out there, make sure you join us on The Factor Uncensored Monday through Friday at 10:30 on Fox 26 and of course on Fox Soul. And make sure you follow us on our new YouTube page at The Isaiah Factor Uncensored.